Hi guys, it's your girl Janine. I'm back and you're in my kitchen. Today I'm doing this impromptu because I have to preserve and save food. This doesn't happen often, but my husband just told me we're going on a quick surprise 5-day vacation, and the first thing I do, because I'm a foodie nut, is I look in the fridge and I'm like, oh my God, what am I not gonna eat? What can we save? What do I have to save so it doesn't get trashed? That's my priority. I love my food. I love cooking. You guys know that. If you haven't got a taste of that yet, I don't know what to say. But anyways, I had this big, beautiful bag of spinach. It was beautiful. I put it in the bowl here to show you. I will never buy this again. I only bought it, 2 days ago, not meaning to trash anyone. I never do that. But if there's something I could share with you all so that you don't make these mistakes, or that you hear what my experience was, all the good. This is the Publix brand. It'd be a little cheap. I bought the Publix brand, and it basically only lasted 2 days because I started to see, the bottom of the bag, let me show you, get that moisture problem. So I split it open, as you see, and I hand picked out the best of the best in the crop. And I put it in my bowl here. Now, what am I gonna do? What I always do. I make them often. I make every single one of them, is my pesto. I did a traditional basil pesto, Martha Stewart's recipe, which was okay. I like my own better. Sorry, Martha. And now, I've done this before with a different peanut, but I'm gonna do it today with the recipe I've got. This one's a little shoddy. And let's do it. Let's get into it, because this, once I could freeze this. That's when I say I'm saving a meal. This can be frozen. The only thing with pestos, I learned back in the day, and I never really had to encounter that because I eat them fresh. If you're going to put the Pecorino Romano in, which is my cheese of choice, don't put the cheese if you're going to freeze it. Because the cheese, for some reason, I don't know the biology, it doesn't stay in the freezer well. But, so what I'm gonna do is do this up without the Parmesan. I took the long road. All right. And I'm using walnuts. You could use lots of choices. You could use pinoli, you could use almonds, you could use walnuts, you could use pretty much any cashews, whatever you like. The nut, it doesn't really change the taste much. These probably would be good with cashews. Could you imagine? But they're very expensive and they're not good for you. Okay, I only need 2 tablespoons of these, so let me get that out. My measurement. Ooh. I need, where's my paper? I wrote this down because I grabbed a quick one. Cup of spinach, which I have tons more. I'm gonna put more. 2 tablespoons of walnuts. I'm gonna do a little bit more. I like my pesto nutty. See, this is what I'm saying about a recipe. I don't follow verbatim. It doesn't make sense. Everybody likes a little more or a little less of something. Okay. 2 tablespoons, one clove of garlic. Okay, so I got 1 average size. Put the bigger one back. Let's move this out of your way. Alrighty. Like, that's not looking good. That's why I'm glad I freeze my garlic too. Let's see, this don't look good either. Let me try to get a fresh one, guys. So if you ever encounter this guy looks good. Let me see if it's 2 together, like a mama and a baby. Yeah, this one's good, but it's 2 together. It's not 1. Ooh, what a mess, I don't like that. Sorry guys, I have to clean as I go. It aggravates me. I do not like dirty kitchen. Or I should say, it's not that my kitchen's dirty. I like when I'm preparing for things to, I hope I'm not too loud. Okay. I throw things in the sink. We have a trash compactor. Just so you know. You say, what is she throwing everything in the sink? Some things can't get processed. I deal with that off camera. Just so you know. No big deal. Okay. I don't know. This seems, okay. This seems like a large clove of garlic, but this is what I'm saying. Because this is so big now, I'm gonna use more spinach. I'm gonna modify this recipe because I have more spinach than the recipe requires. So now I have to modify. I'm not wasting that. I got my processor out. I'm gonna double things up. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna double things up and use 2 cups of spinach. That's what I'm doing. Okay. 1. That would be about 1. Yeah, I actually have in that bag about 2 cups of spinach. See, now I'm gonna have to modify. I think the garlic is a good adjustment. That was a lot, right? So we put 2 tablespoons of walnuts, and let's get 2 more. Or 1 more if that's all you had, it's okay. Because we added another cup of spinach. I don't want it so nutty, so you know what, guys? 1 more tablespoon is sufficient for me. See what I'm saying? Everything's very personal when you eat and cook. I don't want that much nuts. I have a nut sensitivity. So 3 tablespoons to 2 cups is my good spot. Okay, now the 1 clove of garlic is enough. It's 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil, so we're gonna up that to 2 when we pour it in. We're gonna do 2 of the olive oil and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. So now we're gonna need 2. Okay, and that's the recipe. Okay, that's the recipe. And my knives are dull. I obviously need new knives. Let me get this and get my juice out. Okay. 1. I'm getting good at measuring this and squeezing by hand. 1. I really am. Let me get the seeds out. I could also pick them out of the dish. Wait, that one's... Okay, this one's almost... Okay, considering I'm almost filled, and for what seeped over into the bowl, I think that's 2. I'm focusing, guys. When you see Janine shut up, I rarely shut up. You all know that. I'm a talkamata. That's what Vinny calls it. Talkamata, talkamata. I love to talk. Since I'm a kid. My aunt used to be hysterical. She said I practically came out of the womb telling the doctor a story. And I think she's right. Okay, so we got our 2. Let me get this. I got a seed in here. Okay, now we have 2 tablespoons of lemon juice rather than 1. All right, and the olive oil, I said, it's going to be 1.5. It's going to be 3 tablespoons. Let me measure that out because you know what? Olive oil is very dense in fat calories. I just ate some for lunch, and I think I overate my fat. It's like 120 calories per tablespoon. So I'm measuring here now. I said I need 3, okay, because we doubled up. I probably could get away with 2.5. 1, 2, 3. Okay. This is what I learned, guys, and I want to share it with you in case you don't know. If you know, good for you. But if you don't, I just put 3 tablespoons in this little thing, okay? That's 360 calories. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, we got our olive oil, walnuts, lemon. Our spinach is all in there. We're going to have to pack it down. We're going to have to add some at the end. Let's get the juice in first. Get that in so it helps her blend along. This is my powerhouse blender, so I'm not really worried about things not mixing properly. I'm feeling powerful now because I got the right equipment. The right equipment changes everything. I'm sorry, in cooking, it just does. Oh, I remember when I didn't have a food processor. You know where I learned all of this? And I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not trying to brag or anything or be better than anyone. By God, no, I would never do that. I was a young woman of 30 years old, got hooked on Food Network, loved Ina Garten, and I used to love the way she sat there with her denim shirt, and she had this backdrop of all these jars and her food processor. She taught me about the mixer, the stand mixer, and I just adored her, and I wanted so much to emulate her that as I got older and learned more and more and more, and I bought my own appliances, I got better and better and better. And it's because of Einergar and you know, my favorite crush, Jada. That's all I'm gonna say. I love you, Jada. You know that. Well, she doesn't know, but everybody on YouTube does. Okay, wish me luck. We put the oil in. Okay, just want to be sure. Ooh, see what I'm saying? And you want to do this in a food processor if you have it rather than a blender, but you could do it in a blender. It ain't gonna hurt it too much, but I personally prefer my food processor to make a pesto. Now, I was right. We are going to need more oil because I can see the consistency. It's dry, and a pesto shouldn't be like that. So I'm going to add a little bit more lemon juice. I've been making it so long, I can tell by sight what it should look like. I could just feel it and know. My favorite's basil pesto. Basil and pinoli. Oh, but pinoli nuts are like, I mean, my God, like $15 it would cost. That's the bulk of the recipe. All right. We just added another 100 calories. Alrighty. Let me scoop it down. Let me scoop it down. That was residue. It smells phenomenal. And it gets salt and pepper. Let's put that in now. Here, let me use my good stuff. Here's the ground pepper. Organic ground pepper. And let me get my Maldon salt. Here's the Maldon from Sicily. This is really good salt, guys. My son gifted me this. I wouldn't buy it because I think it's a little bit too pricey for salt. But he gifted it to me last year. And I've been enjoying it. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. One more pat down and we're done, people. There's the consistency I was looking for. Let me get my residue out. No need to waste nothing. Okay. Beauteous. It smells wonderful. Now, because it's a spinach pesto, I could have it on pasta. Sure I could. But I got lots of other ideas, and I'll put them in the comments for you guys, and you will never not want to make this. It's beautiful. I'm telling you, it's absolutely, it seems, I love spinach, raw or whatever. Oh my God, the lemon, the walnuts are crunching. They still got bite. Yum, 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 yum. It has the perfect amount of lemon. Actually, this is kind of one of the best pestos I've made in a while, and I've made them. I haven't done this one in a while, and I think last time I used almonds. But they're getting pricey too, so I always have walnuts on hand, always. All right, that's a wrap, guys. That's a wrap. That is done. Oh my God, that's a thing of beauty. Now, all I have to do is get my beautiful restaurant containers that I keep, and that's that. I have a little bit more, but you know what? Vinny's gonna make a salad tonight, and I may keep this actually in the bowl, let him add his tomato, his iceberg, toss it up. We got some goodies, and that'll be tonight's salad. Let me take this out. Oh, I can't. My dexterity is like, oh my God, I'm like an 80-year-old. Alrighty. This looks, it's delicious. I don't know why this isn't coming out easily, but not gonna worry. I'm just gonna pour it in here, over here. And you know what? This is the perfect amount, okay? I think I'm gonna keep a little out tonight because I'm probably gonna have a piece of fish. And I'll freeze the rest. And like I said, when I cook this, I'll add the Parmesan. And guess what? I'll only need it if I'm making pesto. And I always say Parmesan, but I only use Locatelli. Okay? Only. Locatelli, Pecorino Romano is a goat cheese, and Parmesan Reggiano is a cow's milk. I prefer the saltiness and the taste of Pecorino, and there is only one brand I like, Locatelli. It's expensive. It's very expensive. I could see why people don't want to buy it, but oh my God. Guys, you could just spoon eat this on a sandwich, a salad, vegetables. I'll eat it by the spoon. All right. Till the next one. And honestly, I think I have another perishable in my fridge that I may surprise myself and come back out. Let me wash things up and do another video of something, another maybe pesto, because I have to save this food before I go.